Alright guys, today I am going to show you just how good Rested XP is, because I think a lot of people don't realise this isn't just a levelling guide. There are so many features that the add-on now has to help with questing and your survival when doing the hardcore challenge. But before we jump in, we do have to have a little bit of a rant for the inevitable haters that are going to come to this video. Yes, this is a paid levelling guide. Yes, I do make money when people use my referral link in the description of this video. I really don't understand why people still get so butthurt about game guides. I mean, there has always been paid guides for video games since the dawn of video games, even like back when they were all in magazines like PC Gamer back in 1993. This is nothing new. I mean, imagine getting angry at a chef for selling a cookbook, okay? If you don't like paid levelling guides, then this is not the video for you. This video is for people who are still on the fence about buying Rested XP. First of all, the add-on is actually a totally free add-on, and you can try it up until level 30 totally free. And this is why it isn't against terms of service to use this add-on, because you are purchasing a guide that gets imported to the add-on if you want to level all the way to level 60, or level 85 in Cataclysm Classic, and so on and so forth. And by the way guys, for a limited time only, Rested XP have actually offered me an extra discount of 15% off if you just use my discount code MetaGoblinFresh. So why is the guide good? Well, the people who made the guide hold multiple different world records for leveling 1 to 60 in vanilla, on a warrior, not a class like a mage where you can do AoE farming. So solid questing, where you actually have to do a questing route in order to get to level 60. They also hold world records in doing this in the hardcore challenge in TBC Classic. If you type Classic WoW world record holding speed leveling into YouTube, then the creators of this add-on are going to appear. It's purely that simple. Now, one new feature that the add-on has that I want to show you is an absolute godsend when it comes to finding mobs. As you can see by the background footage here, this is a very extreme and difficult example where I'm trying to find stealthed enemies. And stealthed enemies, they only really appear obviously when you are in a certain range of them. So they are quite hard to find. But as you can see, there's a little menu that the add-on has that you can continuously click that will target the quest mob that you are currently on. And it will actually set a marker on that mob, and sometimes it is actually automatic. So as you can see, this makes the process of finding these stealthed enemies much easier. And it's even easier when the enemies are obviously not stealth, particularly when you're fighting for mob tags against other players. It's especially useful when there's a particular named enemy that obviously spawns at a certain time. The add-on will tell you exactly when that mob spawns so that you can go and steal the tag. Well, not steal it, but you know what I mean. You have no idea how many times that I have managed to win the tag on a named mob over someone else just because I was using this guide and because I knew that the mob had spawned basically before anyone else. And the same goes for certain mobs that drop quests as well. Another useful feature is the button that appears for quest items. This way you save a lot of time because you're not rummaging through your bags trying to find a particular quest item for a particular thing. And obviously the add-on always has very clear and concise instructions on how to complete certain quests. You just trust the blue arrow and you trust the information in the add-on, and you really can't go wrong. So anytime that you spend getting frustrated on certain quests or wasting time because you don't understand the quest is eliminated when you have the add-on. Now, another very useful feature that the add-on has for hardcore is telling you where certain extremely difficult and dangerous mobs are in the open world. As you can see in Silverpine Forest, the add-on shows the pathing routes of the Sons of Aragorn, which are basically these huge high-level elite worgen that wander the zone, and obviously they're like 10 levels higher than you when you actually go and quest in this zone. And yeah, I've actually died to this on the hardcore challenge personally myself, because they can just come out of nowhere because their aggro range is so incredibly high. So the add-on will tell you about patrolling mobs like this, patrolling rares. Remember that some rares are actually elite as well, and can really catch you off guard out of absolutely nowhere. And the add-on also tells you about particular enemies that have especially difficult abilities to deal with, like for instance an execute or a snare, which can be problematic if you're trying to run away on low health. So the add-on basically gives you the edge in the hardcore challenge. It gives you very useful information so that you're never really caught off guard when playing the hardcore challenge. Another really cool feature that I like is how you can pick dungeons to do along your route. So as you can see, I'm going to select the speedrunning guide, I'm going to enable dungeons, and then here I can pick what dungeons I want to do. Maybe some dungeons that you don't want to do because you don't like them. And what this does is while you're on your questing route, it will add little extra steps to go and accept the pre-quests, if there is any, or just flat out dungeon quests for each dungeon, and it will tell you at a certain point in the guide when it is recommended to go and then find a dungeon group for that dungeon. This way you simply do not have to think about doing the pre-quest. It's going to automatically be added to your leveling route. And for the mages out there who just want to do AoE grinding all the way to level 60, as it is obviously ridiculously fast leveling speed, there's even a guide for that. There's a mage AoE guide on the best mobs to grind all the way up until level 60. The add-on also provides opportunities and tips for when you can buy stuff off the auction house in preparation for quests in the future to get extra XP. There's tips on when to vendor stuff, what gear pieces to buy. It will tell you at which level ranges that you should be going to obviously train some new spells, and there's loads of other really class-specific tips tailored for every single class. Because obviously in vanilla, you do have to go and do some of your class quests in order to gain certain very key abilities for leveling speed. And another feature I just realised, guys, while I was making the video, it also has total complete achievement guides, so for seeing things like the Onyxia achievement, precisely where to go, what to do, and also how to get all of the keys like Scholomance key, Diamol key, and everything like that. Guys, it has absolutely everything covered, and it's a reason why the add-on is so incredibly popular, and there's a reason why you see so many people whenever they level up, the little Rested XP notification pops up. It is a seriously good leveling guide for classic WoW, and it is also a great way to support YouTubers like me and Twitch streamers and stuff like that to become basically a full-time content creator, so it's really win-win. But anyway guys, my name is Meta Goblin, and until my next video, ciao.